A lot of the attention to the post office has come because Postmaster General DeJoy is trying to rein in costs. Do you feel as cost control measures benefit mailers and anyone using the postal system?
Well, certainly any efforts that make the Postal Service more efficient redound to the benefit of all users of the system. Last week, the Postal Service's Office of the Inspector General issued a report showing that from 2014 to 2019, overtime usage had increased at the Postal Service by 30%, despite the fact that mail volume declined in every one of those years. So we care very much that efforts are maintained to keep the Postal Service efficient and to remove unnecessary costs.
So you don't feel there's been any sabotaging of the post office or the mail? You feel that the things that have been done so far are moving things in the right direction?
I would say the things we've observed so far are very consistent with similar efforts in the past under different postmasters general, and we're not all that surprising, to be honest.
Okay. How long have you been involved in postal policy?
I've been in my current position. This is my 5th year, and I worked for the Postal Service for approximately 28 years.
So I guess anybody who should know about the Postal Service, it should be you. How long has the Postal Service lost money?
Oh, I think every year going back to at least 2008.
Okay. Could you give me some suggestions how you feel that they can get a handle on costs?
Well, I certainly think efforts to increase productivity would be beneficial and are much needed. I would encourage the Postal Service to concentrate its efforts on making its last mile delivery network as efficient as possible. As I said in my testimony, I think there are things that Congress could do that could relieve some of the unnecessary and burdensome retirement funding that would benefit the system. I also think we really need to take a look at the Postal Service's universal service obligation and determine exactly what the American public needs in the 21st century. It really, it goes back to 1970 and it needs re-examination.
Okay. It looks as though the Postal Service determined that $25 billion in a 5-year period was paid for overtime, and that the amount of employees who earn more overtime than straight pay increased by 430% during that time. How can we get those costs under control? Do you have any specific ideas on the overtime?
Well, the report was maybe not as detailed in providing complete answers as to how that should take. I think, for example, some of the things that we know the Postal Service is attempting to do, taking out excess equipment, eliminating unnecessary transportation trips, all of those things can help, and all need to be done to ensure that the costs of the Postal Service remain under control.
Okay. I've always had a good experience with the post office. I know some of the postal workers in my district tell me that they're getting more overtime than they want. Of course, some people always love the overtime. But overall, I think in my life I've had one letter not delivered to me on time. Do you feel overall the post office is doing a good job delivering the mail?
In general, yes. The Postal Service delivers mail very well, especially first-class mail. I think they've been tested because the increase in packages that they're seeing as a result of the pandemic is not really what their network was designed for. But overall, the Postal Service does an excellent job delivering mail.
And just to emphasize, I go back to a vote we took a couple weeks ago. Is it really true the Postal Service, I know people are trying to get in billions of dollars more money, but is it really true that their sales have gone up since the pandemic?
Actually, yes. In the last few months, Postal Service revenues are above plan and above last year, so they're exceeding revenue expectations.
Thank you very much.